What happens when the love of your life is taken away too soon? What happens when you are left not with a partner, but with memories? This is the story of Noura, a young wife who lost her husband far too early. But instead of giving up, she chose to live, to remember, to honor him by healing. This is not a fairy tale, but it is a story of real love, one that doesn't end with goodbye. Noura met Kamal when she was 21. He was 33, mature, kind, and deeply thoughtful. They were introduced through a family friend, and though the age gap worried her at first, Kamal made her feel seen. Safe. Their courtship was simple, books shared, long walks, quiet laughter. After just 3 months, they married. Noura remembered her wedding day as magical. She wore a light gold dress. Kamal wore white. He held her hand and whispered, "Forever, Noura," and she believed it. They moved into a small apartment. They planted herbs on the balcony. They cooked together, danced in the kitchen, and wrote little notes to each other on sticky paper. Noura felt complete. Kamal worked in publishing. He loved poetry. He would read to her at night, soft verses that made her heart warm. They talked about having children, maybe after a year, but fate had a different plan. Kamal began coughing, then losing weight. He said it was stress. Noura insisted they go to the doctor. After many tests, the doctor said the word no one wants to hear: cancer, stage 4. Aggressive. The world went quiet for Noura. She watched Kamal hold her hand and smile weakly. "We will fight this together," and they did. For 6 months, Noura lived at the hospital. She learned the names of every nurse. She brought Kamal his favorite books, painted his room with colors, laughed even when she wanted to cry. They spoke more about life than death. Kamal told her, "If I go, promise me you'll keep living." "Really living," she said. "Only if you promise to come back in my dreams." He smiled, and on a rainy afternoon, he closed his eyes for the last time. Kamal's family blamed Noura. She brought bad luck. She was too young. She distracted him from getting help sooner. They pushed her away. She was asked to leave the apartment. With only one suitcase, Noura left. She moved into a room above a small bookstore. The owner, Mr. Rahim, an old widower, offered her work and shelter. He never asked questions, just gave her a key. Noura spent her days arranging books, dusting shelves, and reading quietly. The store was slow, but peaceful. One day, a man named Tariq walked in. He asked for a book of poems by Faiz Ahmed Faiz. She smiled. "That was my husband's favorite poet." Tariq came back the next day, and the next. He started leaving notes inside books. "You look strong, even on the days you feel tired. Some losses are too heavy for words, but your eyes still shine." She began to smile again. But with each smile, guilt crept in. Was she betraying Kamal? Was it wrong to feel happiness again? One night, she dreamed of him. He stood by the balcony garden, smiling. "You promised you'd live, remember?" She woke up in tears. She whispered, "Thank you." Tariq never asked her to forget. He simply held space for her grief. They began taking slow walks together. He told her about his divorce, the daughter he missed, the poems he wrote but never shared. He gave her time, and one day, Noura told him, "I don't know if I can love again the same way." He replied, "Then love me in your own way. I don't need to replace him. I just want to walk beside you." And she said yes. Noura married again, not to forget Kamal, but to honor him by continuing. Her heart had 2 rooms. One held the past, full of poems and dreams. The other opened to new mornings and quiet joy. She still visited Kamal's grave every year. She told him stories. She read him poems. She was married to his memory, but not trapped by it. This is not a story of moving on. It's a story of moving forward, because real love doesn't end. It just changes shape.